Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal Stretford. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. I hope everyone's doing well. It is the legendary Chatterbox. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, guys. The night before, Man United beating Manchester City, of course. Have we calmed down? I haven't quite calmed down yet. I think I'm still a little bit giddy. You're going to catch me at a time. I'm a little bit excited because we just beat Manchester City. Now, the thing is about beating Manchester City, it's not just the fact that we beat Man City. It's the fact that we beat Man City whilst we're on trial, really. We beat Man City when, you know what, Ruben Amorim doesn't even have his own team in there yet. We've had weeks. And I mean, there are rumors that Ruben Amorim is learning on the job. We are learning on the job. We're learning tactics during the game warm-up. We're learning tactics. It's mad, isn't it, when you think about it, that when we do eventually get this right, how great this could be, guys. How brilliant this could be for Ruben Amorim, of course, and Manchester United. We're going to get back to where we want to be, guys. That is what's most important, of course, guys. Absolutely. Let's do this, guys. I'm buzzing. I hope you're doing well, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined the stream today. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is all about Manchester United today. And we are keeping a positive vibe, guys. I've had a lot of people talking to me, trying to bring in a few negatives here and there, argumentative, not just saying, all right, we won the game. It's great. We move on. Guys, was it good enough? Are we good enough to go forward? Was you impressed by the performance? Yes, I was impressed by the performance. Was there things that we can improve upon? Yes, there are things that we can improve upon. Do we have a settled team? Is that team good enough to take us to a league title challenge? No, we still need some Ruben Amorim players in there, of course. And you know what? I'm sure by the summertime, we will separate the bad eggs from the good eggs, of course, guys. Guys, you know what? There's a lot of talk about, obviously, Garnacho and Rashford being left out of the squad, of course, guys. But it could be a simple thing. Garnacho played the last game. Rashford played the last game. It could have been a case of Ruben Amorim going up to them and saying, look, guys, you didn't play well. You were crap. You know what? You're going to be left out the squad in the next game. It could have been something as simple as that. Of course, when things like this happen, certain media outlets and people try to talk about sinister things, about leaks, about this, about that. And you know what? Maybe it's just a footballing decision. Sometimes it is just a footballing decision, guys, and we just have to accept it for what it is, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Kenny, how much is a backing Garnacho if he does nasty stuff? He needs to get disciplined. Guys, Kenny, you know what? This is not a new thing. Man United, when we were successful under Alex Ferguson, we used to have discipline all the time. Discipline was part of Manchester United back in the day. Famously, David Beckham got left out of a big game against Leeds United for Luke Chadwick, as we know, and David Beckham is the serial winner. That's how it should be. That is what winning is about. You do not have favorites. If you do not get into line, you will be left out of that squad. But you know what? And I'm very impressed with Ruben Amorim, the way he's conducted himself, the way, you know what? I'm not Player FC. I'm Manchester United FC, as I always said. And you know what? If it's good for the squad, if it's good for the team, if it helps us beat Man City, so be it. And lo and behold, we have beaten Man City, of course, guys. Absolutely. It is all about discipline. We need to discipline players, even if it's the players we like. And I like Garnacho. I love Garnacho. But if it's the player we like, it doesn't matter. You got to get into line. You got to make sure that when you play for Man United, your life is Man United. Look, yes, when they don't play, they're entitled to do what they like. They're entitled to go where they like. But it doesn't mean that the fans can't critique what they're doing when they're off work. If it depends what you want out of this. It depends whether you want to be a successful football player. It depends if you want to win trebles, if you want to win doubles. It depends what you want to do, doesn't it, at the end of the day? Big up, my friend Pios. How you doing, friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see Kazi, the legend, in the house. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Absolutely. I said it before that Rashford lookalike doesn't want to play football for Man United. You know what? It seems to me that he's fallen out of love with football. I don't know why that is, because football has given him everything in his life, of course, guys. 325,000 a week, not less. You know what I mean? So, it does look like a big, he's fell out of love with football, or maybe he doesn't want to stay at Man United. But you know what? I'm hearing conflicting stories about Rashford, loves Manchester, wants to stay at Man United because of his brand, etc., etc. But you know what? They were left at the squad yesterday. Man United won the game comfortably. In theory, it should have been 3 or 4-1, as we know, and you know what? We're buzzing for it. We're buzzing. They were left at the squad. They have a chance to redeem themselves, of course, guys. What Ruben Amorim said yesterday about people losing their jobs. And you know what? We have to step up, because people are losing their jobs at the football club. And that is what's most important thing. Guys, We sent Man City back to the days when they had tumbleweed in their trophy cabinet, guys. We sent them back to the days when they were preparing for a player final against Gillingham at Wembley, whilst we were preparing for the Champions League final and an FA Cup final, and which ultimately led to a treble, guys. You know what? It is all about Man United now. The cream will always rise to the top. Manchester will always be red. It will never stop being red, because you know why? We built Manchester organically with our success, and all Man City are, they're riding on the wave. They're just riding on the wave there of Man United's success. Because if it wasn't for Man United's success, nobody would want to buy Man City, because the Premier League wouldn't be as attractive as it is now. I feel something monumental happening at Man City, and it's not a good thing. I think Man City are on the way down, guys. I do believe that Man City have had their day. I think Pep has had his day. He's getting a little bit found out. He panicked yesterday. He tried to change the formation. He tried to change the team, and it worked against him. We absolutely annihilated them, in my opinion. I don't remember a chance, apart from the goal. I cannot remember a chance for Man City. I can't remember them. You know what? That was a clear-cut opportunity. In fact, it was Man United who had the clear-cut opportunities, of course. Yo, Satavasta, what's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're shout out to the crew. Big up Fanatic 8. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to the crew. Big up, of course. Big up, Kenny. Absolute, bruv. It is all about discipline, brother. Of course. Some of the co-workers and Arsenal fans don't get excited in my response. Did you beat City? Yeah, no. Mate. When was the last time Arsenal beat City, guys, at the Etihad? Please remind me, when was the last time Arsenal won a game at the Etihad? You know, I can't remember. We're meant to be the worst Man United team of all time, apparently. Someone's telling me, and they're meant to be the best Arsenal team of all time. But I can't remember Arsenal winning any time at the Etihad. I really can't. Good afternoon, Pierre. What's going on? What's going on, Pearl? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you, you legend. Garnacho played for himself, not for the club. At the end of the day, Pios, at the end of the day, look, he's a young player, and we're not going to jump down his throat too much. At the end of the day, Ruben Amorim would deal with it. Ruben Amorim is a great manager, and you know what? There's no better person to learn from than Ruben Amorim. He will make sure this gets right. He will make sure this is sorted out. And whatever Ruben Amorim decides, I am with it 100%. I don't care. It's my favorite. I don't care. I just want a successful Man United. That is what it's all about. It's about being successful at the football club. And that's all I care about going forward, guys. Absolutely. Good evening, good afternoon, or just simple hello. Big Sal, big up, brother. What's going on, Jim? How you doing, my legend? Hope you're good, brother. I hope you're good. I'm good, fine. Thank you very much. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Do you know what? There's a lot of people talking about... Look, I personally don't think Bruno's good enough to take us forward. I don't think Bruno was amazing yesterday. He did cost... He missed a gilt-edge opportunity. But at the end of the day, why we got Bruno in the team is because of his character. But for me, going forward, if we want to challenge for titles, we want to go into the Champions League, we want to do big things at Man United, I don't think Bruno is that guy. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people like him, but that's my opinion. And I know what I've had barrage of messages coming to me in regards to that. Bruno's a good player, but if you want to get to that elite level, he's not that guy. But you know what? He is a captain. He's our captain. And we appreciate Bruno for what he does. And you know what? I want to give a huge shout out to those players yesterday. Nietzsche Martinez, De Ligt, Maguire, Mazraoui, Ugarte, who were the shining lights yesterday in my opinion, and Ahmad, of course, guys, who were the shining lights in my opinion. Absolute brilliant yesterday. Didn't put a foot wrong, of course. Stay humble, stay humble, stay humble. You know what? I think what's his Alvin Haaland? Is that his name? I think he shot himself in the foot with that comment. You know that, because it is really biting him on the backside at the moment. It really is, isn't it? Big up, Jim. Sal, I believe in selling Maguire. I also respect your view if I don't have to keep Maguire or Lindelof. I agree with you, Jim. I agree. I think, you know what, we have to move on because Maguire is hitting 30 years old now. So we do have to look for something different. We do have to look for younger defenders. Of course, we got, obviously, Lenny Euro in there. I do think we need other players in there, younger players in there who can cover. But Man United have got Johnny Evans, Maguire and Lindelof. Two of those players will be leaving the football club. Which two would you choose? I don't think we're going to sell all of them, even though, you know what, we might have to eventually because, you know what, Man United do need to move on. But you know what, Maguire has been a great professional. I do believe we have to move on from Maguire, but it doesn't mean I don't respect Maguire. Absolutely, Jim. And to be honest with you, I do think that in the summer, if we, offering him a new contract, I just don't think we should be offering another 30-year-old a new contract. In my opinion, he's becoming injury prone now. Let's not forget he's been injured a few times this season. He's getting injury prone. So we're going to have to move away from that, of course, that, clinging on to players, so to speak, keeping on to players, grabbing on to players, of course, guys. Absolutely. Manager, so I had brief Amorim about your channel. His only concern is Aussie Greek. Mate, you and brief. Absolutely. Bruno always gives 110%. He does, but that is a given at Man United. It is the number one thing that when you walk through the door, you give 110%. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. And then you have talent that comes over. Bruno, for me, is a good player, but the next level that we want to go to, which is the league, the challenging for the league, we need a little bit better. And to be honest with you, it's no bad thing. It's not a bad word on Bruno Fernandes. It's just saying that, you know what, we have ambition at the football club and we have to move on, of course. But Bruno's going nowhere anyway. So it's no point, obviously. Of course, Jim, I have a theory using Maguire to express it. Maguire is out of contract soon. What if he is playing to win his contract? Jim, you make a very, very decent point there, my friend. You make a very, very valid point because a lot of these players have done that in the past. Man United have had players whose contracts are running down and then they start performing when the contracts start to run down and they'll be fishing for a new contract. I mean, we don't know what's going on with Harry Maguire. The only thing I know about Harry Maguire, he had the captaincy taken off him. And he was a model professional. He is, but that's not to say that he isn't looking for a new contract. And when he signs his contracts, he can down tool a little bit. Personally, my opinion, I think it's about time we move on, not only from Harry Maguire, but there's 6 or 7 of those players that need to go. Even the club favourites, they need to go. It doesn't look like Rashford will be at Man United next season. I don't think he'll be at Manchester United next season. Rumour is Manchester United are targeting Victor Osimhen of Napoli, of course, guys, and they're trying to strike a deal by January. Man United want to replace Marcus Rashford and they want to get Victor Osimhen in January for around 60 million euros, guys. So, you know what? That is very, very interesting going forward, that Man United are looking for a striker. They're looking for someone there, experienced, who can score goals, of course, guys. Absolutely, absolutely. So it's Pepe and City purposely mellow down in the performance so that they dilute the charges and earn some sympathy from the punishment. So City purposely mellowing down their performance. That's a weird one. Manager, that's a weird one. But you know what? I don't know how your brain works, brother. But prefer to dilute the charges and earn some sympathy. Mate, it's reverse psychology. I don't know what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Manatuta Pep, absolutely, Manatuta. Big up, big up, big up, my friend. Big up, of course. Jim, not just Maguire, but others also. Yeah, I mean, others also, which mean players that need to leave the football club, basically. I mean, there's a lot of players that need to leave the football club. It's not just Maguire. I mean, when Maguire's come in, he's always been a testament. He's always been an example, especially last year and this year. I think he's been great, you know what I mean? But the thing is, we can't be sentimental at this football club. And he's got his contract, he's running low. He's 30 years old. He's a little bit injury prone. So I would wish him the best of luck. And I would say, look, you know what? Thank you, Harry Maguire, for your service. And at the end of the season, he should be on his way. But he's not the only one. I mean, Lindelof will be leaving the football club. I do believe Dalot should leave the football club as well. I don't think he's good enough anywhere near. You know, there's a few players there that for me, just, you know what, and just not good enough. If we want to be where we want to be, up the table. Mason Mount as well. Mason Mount get injured again, guys. What are we going to do with Mason Mount? How can we change this situation with Mason Mount, guys? At the end of the day, how can we change it? Of course, half of the team needs to go. Absolutely, Pios. I agree. Big up, Irfan. How you doing, Irfan Divaru? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Who should play on the left? At left. For me, you know what? We need to reinvest in that position. I would give Harry Mass a chance on that left-hand side, but it's not going to happen, of course, guys. Of course, I think Harry Mass will go on loan. I'm hearing that he's going to go on loan next season. Man United have already brought in Diego Leon, of course. Broke here, of course, guys, on this show. They've already brought in Diego Leon, and they're looking to bring in Miguel Gutierrez as well from Girona. So Man United are looking at 2 left-backs at the moment, and that does mean that Luke Shaw, Tyra Malacia, you know what? days are numbered at the club, if we're being honest with you. And it's, you know what, I say it reluctantly, but you know what, we have to move on from these players, to be honest with you. Malacia is deemed not quite the level that he should be. If we want to get Man United forward, if we want Man United to win major trophies, we're going to have to get rid of certain players. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean that, you know what, we don't support these players. We keep going. We keep praying. We keep believing in them. And we hope that they do something this season and prove us all wrong, of course. Big up, of course, our fan. Devereaux should be plating on the left. Ben, patience, brother. I'll get you in, bro. I'll get you in, man. Patience, my man. Life doesn't revolve around you, bruv. Honestly, absolutely. Guys, it is all about that. At the end of the day, you know what it is? I'm going to bring my friend Ben in a minute, man. And at the end of the day, you know what? One thing it is, one thing I would say is that we have to, like, support this team going forward. But also, we have to look at things cautiously. We have to look at things more diplomatically and more of a championship mentality. A championship mentality. We won the game yesterday. Absolutely buzzing for the game yesterday. People saw me on this show here. People support my channel and came on the show. And you know what? Don't just want a voice, but support my channel. Proper support my channel. Come on this show. And we were here, you know what, watching and celebrating this win, of course. It was a magnificent win, of course, guys. Absolutely. Manatuta Avenue is 65 years old. Why are you dissing my man, Manatuta? Manatuta, do you want to be blocked, my guy? Do you want to be blocked? Are you playing that game with me? Big up. Kevin Donovan, how you doing, my friend? A great win against Manchester City. Come on, Man United. Red Devil for life. Absolutely. Big up. Great win. And 1,279 days since we won at the Etihad. And you know what happened yesterday? It's now 0 days since we won at the Etihad. And I want to talk about Arsenal, because a lot of Arsenal fans are saying don't get carried away. I'd like to know the last time that Arsenal won at the Etihad. Please remind me the last time that Arsenal won at the Etihad, please, guys. I'm trying to work out when was the last time they won at the Etihad. That's what I'm trying to do, because I can't remember when they did. I think it was a long time ago, if I'm being honest with you guys. Big up, salam alaikum, McCarthy, brother. Big up, of course, Jim. Big up, of course, Sal. Calm down. I'm not planning to go to play with Maguire. Absolutely, Irfan. Calm down. I'm not planning to play with Maguire. Sal, you calm down. Joking, brother. Yeah, at the end of the day, Irfan, Maguire, this season is going to be very important for Man United. Harry Maguire is a very important player for Man United this season. And we have to understand that every time he's coming to this football club, he's given his all. He's done well. And you know what? We can't criticize the lad. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, what it is at the end of the day is, you know what? I pray, if anything can teach us anything about footballers, right? You can take bits of a footballer and you can say, do you know what? We should learn from that. And I take a lot from Harry Maguire. I think his professionalism, he's got on with the job. He lost his captaincy, of course. He got left out of the team, and he's never once complained. He's never gone to the media. He's never moaned, etc. Absolutely. Lumen, Sal, what shocked you the most about in last night's match? What shocked me the most was the miss from Bruno. I thought that was a crazy miss at the end of the day. But what shocked me the most, and I don't think it should be a shock, but what shocked me the most is the fact that we nullified Man City to next to nothing. Nothing. I mean, we're talking about the greatest ever team. You know, they're missing one player, guys. Let's be realist, right? I mean, what shocked me the most is the character from this team that we haven't seen in such a long time. The character for Man United to get back into the game, to win the game. You know, that's what shocked me the most. That's what got me going. Do you know what I mean? That, you know, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing, of course. Irfan, Arsenal have not won a single game at the Etihad, Irfan. When was the last time Arsenal won? No, they haven't won a single game, of course, Irfan. Arsenal, not that team. We've won many times at the Etihad. They've won none at the end of the day. And they celebrate a draw. You know what? They could have won that game as well, but they were bottlers. Big up, of course. Big up, Pios. Sal, I'm waiting for you to do the live show from the double-decker living root bridge. The double-decker living root bridge. What's that, Pios? What's a double-decker living root bridge? Can you tell me? Or maybe I'm sounding dumb right now, but you know what? What is the double-decker living root bridge? I'm trying to work out what that is, Pios. Let me know, guys. Let me know, of course. Sal, can you you forgive Maguire for what he has done to us in the past? What has Maguire done to us in the past, Lumen? Maguire's been nothing but a model professional. He had the little blip in Greece. He did, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you know what? He's been a model professional and a representative of Manchester United. He's represented Man United in a great way, in my opinion. He's been brilliant. Maguire get paid well. He won't complain. Absolutely, a fan. And you know what? He will go to another club and they'll pay him handsomely as well. They'll play him handsomely as well, of course. Big up respect to Harry Maguire for the way he played last night. And yes, Sal, the way he handled the media. Absolutely. Captaincy is class. Absolutely. But that's not to say that we're not going to move on. We have to move on, guys. We have to move on. At the end of the day, football is not about sentiments. Football is not about, you know what, player FC, manager FC. It's about Manchester United Football Club. Are we going to offer this guy a new contract? That is the key. Look, if his contract wasn't running low, if his contract wasn't expiring, I would have kept Harry Maguire. I believe we would have kept Harry Maguire. I would have done that, guys. But because his contract's expiring, I don't think it's wise to give him a new contract. You know what I mean? I don't think it's wise to give him a new contract. Of course, it's here in my place. Big up, Piers. Oh, that from the Root Bridge. Oh, in your country. Mate, one day, guys, one day, Piers, I will do it. One day I'll do it. Obviously, I've got a number of plans for this channel, guys. As you know, of course, guys, I'm close with a couple of journalists that are going to be coming on this channel very, very soon. And yeah, we're going to have a good chat about that. We're going to have a good chat about January and stuff. It's going to be exciting times coming up. But I would love to do that. I would love to do that, Piers. Go to your manor. Go to your manor and get this on the show on the road, of course, guys. Absolutely. Thanks, big up Jim, of course. Big up Ben, of course, guys. Big up the legend that is Ben. Sitting there, waiting, contemplating. I'm watching highlights of Maguire and I can't find one. I'm watching highlights of Maguire and I can't find one. Maguire was great yesterday. Solid as a rock. It was absolutely brilliant yesterday. I have nothing but lovely words to say about Harry Maguire. It was absolutely fantastic. Enjoyed his performance yesterday. And you know what? We move, guys. We move. You know what? To the next game, which is, of course, Tottenham Hotspur on Thursday. Could be a much tougher game. It could be. You know what I mean? I think it will be a tougher game than City. And then we got, obviously, Bournemouth on Sunday. And Bournemouth will be looking to cause an upset, of course, guys. Absolutely. So after watching yesterday's game, I saw glimpses of the great days. Let pray and hope we build from it and keep striving. Form and success. Absolutely. It was a nice win. It was a nice win. But you know what? As David De Gea said on Twitter, we've seen this movie before. We've seen this movie before, guys. Absolutely, we have. How about you create a franchise in South Africa, Sal? Because this is worldwide anyway. Everyone can see it worldwide. And at the end of the day, I love my South African family. Of course, guys, are over there. You know, I've got Kenya here. I've got Uganda here. I've got Nigeria. I've got everyone in this chat, guys, from all corners of the world, Australia and stuff. You know what? It's a worldwide show. So give me some pointers, fan. I'll look into it, definitely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? I would love to go around and do live shows around the world. It would be great, isn't it? Obviously, I need to build my platform a little bit more. Let's try and get to 10,000 subscribers. Let's try and get to that. And maybe I'll go abroad and maybe, like, you know, do a live show with all you guys, man. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Leecher up. What's Leecher up? What's going on with Leecher? 33 likes and 18 watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to enable your notifications. Thank you, Earthfan, you legend. That is support to the channel, guys. Support the channel. Support the channel. Just not an avenue for a voice. It's an avenue to support and to support each other, because that's what we do in this community, of course, guys. It is the best community in the land, of course, guys. It doesn't matter about numbers. It matters about quality. That's how it goes, guys. Absolutely. That is what it's all about, my friends, of course. But you know what? We're buzzing. We're happy. But you know what? There's no point being happy and buzzing if we're going to go to Tottenham and lose and go to Bournemouth and lose. We're playing Bournemouth at Old Trafford. But if we lose to Bournemouth, because Bournemouth are a tricky side, they've beaten the likes of Arsenal this year, haven't they? They've done quite well. They've beaten Newcastle, of course. So you know what? They've had some big results, namely at home. But you know what? It's going to be a difficult game for Man United. I really do feel that, of course. Irfan. Big up, Irfan. Big up, you legend, of course. If we played the same way as yesterday, we can beat Tottenham on Thursday. I hope so, Pios. If we do that, I hope so. We keep it solid. There's no way we can't win that game against Tottenham. I believe we can win every single game going forward. I really do believe that it's United can win games, of course, guys. Absolutely. Sal, you kill it if you do live shows overseas. Mate, if I do live shows overseas, I was thinking of doing one at Old Trafford. I want to do one at Old Trafford. There's a couple I want to do going around. I want to do a live one here in the UAE, of course, outside. But you know what? I'll have sweat dripping from my pores You know what I mean? Because it's so hot over here, of course, guys. Absolutely. Can we buy a player that has a left number 10 role where Mount played yesterday? I'm sure there's a player out there, GK, that can fit that mold. Obviously, Manouche is a great player. Omar Manouche is a fantastic player, but statistically fantastic this season. Another player that we've been looking at, Ineos have been looking at. So you know what, he is a decent one. Someone who can play on the right, on the left, who can mix it up a little bit, who's both-footed. That would be absolutely fantastic, of course, guys. Absolutely. I explained you on Twitter in DM, so absolutely big up, fan. Yeah, send me it. Big up, my friend. True that, Greek, you know, absolutely. Big up, my friend. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Look, the link is in the chat, guys. I got the link in the chat. Anyone want to join the show? Ben, if you want to join the show, the link is in the chat, guys. The link is in the chat. There we go, guys. There we go. I've been a busy bee today, guys. I've been absolutely everywhere. And you know what? You know what? I've never felt more. You know what? Over the last few weeks, it's been a little bit bleak, hasn't it? It's been a little bit rubbish, hasn't it? To be honest with you guys, you know. And you know what? Yesterday was nice because yesterday was a turning point, in my opinion. It was a spark, in my opinion. It was a spark. And that spark is, you know what, can ignite something that can last for a long time. You know, obviously the goal from Steve Bruce in the 1992-93 season when we won the league, guys, it is a spark, you know, at the end of the day. And that is what ignited the fuel for us to win more trophies and more tournaments, of course, guys. That is what it is. That is what it's all about. It's about that, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you just need that spark. And yesterday I saw that. Now, I'm not going to get over carried away. There were performances in that team that weren't fantastic. We have to understand that and not overreact. Let's not overreact in two ways. Let's not overreact critically, and let's not overreact in regards to, you know what I mean, being too overly giddy, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Look at it from a balanced point of view. Look at it from a neutral point of view and say, you know what? We've done that well. We've done that well. I know disillusioned. I'm not illusioned by the fact that Man City are crap. I know that at the moment. I know that they're going through a lot. My sympathy, my heart bleeds for them. Absolutely not. So at the end of the day, you know what? We won the game yesterday, and you can only beat what's in front of you. Of course, Matata, Sal, when Amorim stopped favouring his fellow countryman Dalot, yeah, well, it's something that we've been talking about a lot over the last few weeks, of course, guys. But Dalot is a young player, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he played left wing back yesterday. It's not his position, is it? You know, at the end of the day, absolutely. I have audio problems. Fan, big up, you have audio problems. Is it all right? Is it all right now? That's what I've been trying to deal with. Rasta was crying yesterday after the win. Big up, Rasta. Look, I saw Rasta stops. I saw him crying. I know, because it means a lot to us Man United fans. You know what? I'm not going to lie that I haven't cried about Man United. I've cried many times about this football club. Many times. You know, I've cried when we won the 2008 Champions League. You know what I mean? I cried. Do you know what I mean? I cried when the 1998-99 final. I cried. At the end of the day, that is what this football club means to a lot of people. It means a lot. You know what I mean? And this isn't just a football club to milk money from. You know, this isn't just a football club to, you know what, I support the club and, you know what, I just follow the club and I can just use the club as leverage for my opinion and stuff like that, which a lot of people do on other big platforms, of course, guys. And that's what they do. You know what I mean? But this football club means a lot to a lot of people. And I have no dissing. I'm not dissing anyone for crying. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, we won yesterday and it was nice. But we move on, of course, guys. We move on. And we have to obviously try and see. Rasta, why would Rasta? He did, Irfan. If United are able to win City, it just shows you how poor City is. If United are able to win City, nah. I wouldn't say that, Irfan. No, I turn it upside down. You know what I mean? I tend to think glass half full. I think that Man United are starting to click. I think the formation is starting to click. I think Man United are starting to get in their rhythm. That's what I think. And I think Man United, a lot of the Premier League should be scared about this football club. They should be scared, guys. Absolutely. Jim, Sal, I love your shows, brother. Honest opinions, no bullshit, straight talk. I love you that you don't do the channel for money and that you build friendships and share the love of the club. That is what it's all about for me. I moved to the UAE, right? I moved to the UAE and you know what? I had no one to talk about football with. So here I am with you guys. You know what I mean? Talking about football, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. Big up, everyone. And let me get my brother from another mother in the stream, guys. You know what? He's an irritating little shit. But you know what? I'm going to get him into the stream right now. Big up, Ben. I'm going to get him 1 second. 1 second. Let me just set this up properly so I don't make any mishaps. Absolutely. 1 second. So I don't make any vital, crucial errors, of course. Big up, Benny boy. Benny boy. You impatient, over-sinding little piece of... I'm only joking, bruv. What's going on?
No, carry on. Wow. So, how's the weather?
Oh, it's lovely actually today. It's about 25, so you know what I mean. It's lovely.
Well,
It's winter time over here. 25.
I've ordered my new phone today, which should be here tomorrow, and someone's ripped my bumper off my car.
It's done what?
Ripped the bumper off my car.
Flipping hell, man.
No, it's all good. They've left it out, so
It doesn't rain, it pours, mate. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? No, that's Jesus. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. I mean,
Just
and that's a
material
great thing
things,
about
isn't it?
being here in the UAE. You know what? You get your bloody head chopped off if you do anything stupid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you rip someone's bumper off the car and stuff like that, that's a great thing about being here, mate. You know what I mean? But, bruv,
Yeah.
Man United. What's going on with Man United, man? We've gone to Man City and absolutely
You
slapped
could
them up.
well let's just rewind back a bit to Thursday. Thursday was poor, but you could see they was trying and they were trying to do something with this team, and you could see it. And the Mount come on, it changed the game, and it opened up space, and it put pressure on their defence, which they weren't really getting at the time. And then we won the game. There's two great finishes, by the way, from Rasmutas. And then obviously yesterday, you can always tell. I can always tell with the game, like within like sort of the first 10 to 15 minutes, what's going to happen in it. And I'm not really that far wrong with games, to be honest. I knew we were going to lose to Forest, and that isn't going off the first goal that they scored in 2 minutes. And just the way you can always tell with the attitude of these players if we're going to perform. And yesterday, you could tell that he's drilled it into him now, and unfortunately, for Mount, he came off, but we were putting pressure on him, and I've always said City don't like having pressure on him. It was always the same with Barcelona teams as well under Pep. It was always the same with Bayern Munich teams under Pep. Pep does not train them players to be under pressure. So when you're putting pressure on them, like so many teams have this season, look what happens, they crumble. And the first sort of 25 minutes, obviously when Kobe came on, Kobe looked a bit sluggish because he's been in and out of the team all season. But as soon as he started getting the blood flowing in his legs, he became a monster in midfield. He really did. You got him. Oh, my man. Anyone, and I've seen plenty on Twitter, who don't rate Ugarte, and I'm telling you now, if you don't rate that lad, you're an idiot. You don't know football. You don't, because that guy has been brought into this team to do what we've not had since Roy Keane.
I
Simple as
agree,
that.
man.
Well, no, even since Ander Herrera, and Ander Herrera was all right, but this guy is just twice the player than what he is. He's just an unbelievable football player. He doesn't give up. It's like that back heel he gave to Martinez, and Martinez gave it to Dalot, and then Dalot gave it back to Martinez. That's people think, oh, you already backheeled it, but it's the people don't understand is when you're in a football match, to think like that, you've got to be two steps ahead of yourself in your head. You've got to think as soon as that ball comes to you, you already know what you're going to do with it, and that is to backheel it. No, not many people will do that in a high pressure game, especially when you've just gone especially when it's gone 1-1 and City are all over the place, and all you want to do is get the ball forward and try and score another one. I felt with their goal, well, it came off Ahmad. If it had not come off Ahmad, it would have gone over the bar and it would have been a goal kick, because that's really where De Bruyne's shot was heading. De Bruyne's cross was heading, and it took a wild deflection. They headed it. I think Dalot could have done better. People are blaming Rasmus, but that isn't Rasmus's man. That was Dalot's man.
Yeah.
Dalot had an okay game yesterday. I thought he got better in the second half. And if he carries on like that, his performance in the second half, no one's going to have a problem with him. But it's just the lack of concentration that he does that people get annoyed with. I thought Onana could have died for that header that they scored. But
are you concerned about Onana though? Not coming out of the box quick enough, maybe being more of authoritarian.
mate, I'm concerned that every goalkeeper in this day and age that doesn't come out. I find it baffling that when I was younger and when you was younger, I mean, I used to be a goalkeeper as well as a midfielder when I was younger, and I was taught that if 6 yard area, if the ball comes there, you take the ball because you command your area. If it comes towards the 12-yard area, sort of like the penalty where the penalty spot is, if you're certain you can get that ball, you go and get that ball no matter what. And I'm concerned in general, mate, that these goalkeepers just don't get taught how to command their area. I mean, you look at the greats, you look at David Seaman, you look at Pete Schmeichel, you look at Petr Cech, you look at Van der Sar, you look at Buffon, you look at Dida at Milan, Peruzzi, remember him? And Palarugi. Was it Palarugi at Inter Milan in the 90s? Palarugi. You look at these great goalkeepers,
Peruzzi was a beast, though. He was a unit, wasn't he?
Man. Oliver Kahn.
He commanded his area.
Oliver Kahn, Jans Lehmann. These great goalkeepers. Oliver Kahn was nasty.
He was a proper player, mate. He was a proper player.
But what I'm saying is these players commanded it, and they commanded respect off the defenders as well. And I feel like that's what's missing when it comes to defending corners. I didn't watch Sky, but I've heard a lot of people complain about Gary Neville as well, being a pessimist, and I'm starting to understand now that Gary Neville doesn't want Man United to become successful again.
Do you think that? Because I was thinking that a couple of weeks ago.
I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced he does not want Man United to win a title again.
I think a couple of them don't. I think they don't want us to emulate what they've done. Well, we're not going to emulate.
Paul Scholes is another one. Paul Scholes is another one. They'd rather see Paul Scholes and Gary Neville would rather see Man City emulate what they've done than another Man United team emulate what they've done. And that's just bitterness. I personally think that Gary Neville should never commentate on a Man United football game again. I'm absolutely convinced. I mean, he said United didn't deserve to win this game. Well, I put stats on Twitter which proved that he was talking out of his fat arse. Yeah, like you look at the stats. We had better passing stats than City. How many teams? Well, we should have had a blatant penalty.
And then Bruno missed this brilliant chance.
Bruno missed that brilliant chance. But the thing is, our expected goal, and I don't like using it. You know what I'm like with these new stats. I hate it. But it was over 2 or something, and theirs were even 1. And I'm thinking, how many teams have gone to the Etihad and outpassed them?
Exactly. Arsenal didn't.
How many teams have gone to the Etihad at 1-0 down, right, and come out second half and actually pin them back the way we did? Exactly. Apart from that, was that Foden shot first or second half? I think it was second half, weren't it? Where he took the corner, when they had a corner, when they were 1-0.
Oh, yeah. And he's hit it just past the post.
Yeah, I think it hit. I think who did it hit? I think it hit one of our players, and then Maguire, and then Onana took it out, didn't he? But that was the only threat they gave to us all game. Oh, and the goal they scored. Like, and this is where I go. Gary Neville doesn't want Man United to be successful. He would rather us be in the pits of hell, suffering as a football team, not having anyone good and brilliant around the pit, around the club itself, so he can say, oh, we're this, we're that. And I can't really come out with what I want to say because you'll end up getting banned off YouTube. But if I really wanted to say it, then I would. But I can't say anything without swearing because the bloke really winds me up, Sal. He really does.
Which one? Oh, Gary Neville.
What? Gary Neville. Like, even Keane was being... you could see Roy Keane looking at him.
You know why it is, though, isn't it? You know why it is? Because, they're working for Sky. Sky don't like Man United. Notoriously, through the history, they don't like Man United. They hate us. We only need to scroll back to the days when we were winning titles and winning league titles, and when Martin Tyler used to celebrate, basically, Man United.
I don't know if a lot of people know is Martin Tyler's actually a Liverpool fan.
I thought so. I mean, you remember the goal against I mean, there was a couple of goals that stick out. I know the Aguero one. Obviously, he's going to scream for that. But
Oh God,
the goal against Arsenal, I think it was Arsenal against Man United a few years ago, and then Vieira buried one in the top corner, came off the post. Michael missed it with his hand, and then it went in off the post. And screaming, literally celebrating. You know what I mean? And Sky, obviously, Paul Merson is obviously hates Man United. You know, when Man City won the league. I think do you think it's partly to do with that, the narrative that they have to fit that narrative as the Sky Sports thing?
I think in general, I think it's just in general. I mean, I watched it on a different channel yesterday. I'm not going to mention no channels, and they had, I don't know who it was, I don't know who the commentators were, but Jesus Christ, the way they were talking about Man City and the way they were talking about Man United, you were thinking Man United were 3-0 down. Like even when we was on top. Like he was saying, "Oh, City have just got." What did he say? City have got 10 minutes to hold on to this, and Man United have still haven't got an answer, and all this. And I'm thinking, yeah, but we've been on top. We've been the better side. We've nullified everything that they've come at us, and I almost feel like Abu Dhabi turn around to all these people and they say, "You can't slate Man City off when you commentate on them. Otherwise, we're going to take you to court." That's how I feel with it.
I can't say anything too sinister though. I live in Abu Dhabi, right? But I know for a fact there's someone I've spoken to that there is something sinister going on. There is something in regards to media, in regards to keeping.
I've been saying this for years and years. You never ever see a bad word about Man City. I said it for years and do you know what else? What else really? Do you know what troubled me more than anything yesterday after the game? Was when who was it? Who was in the who was doing the reffing? He was not the ref, but the guy. Oh, what's he called?
Michael Oliver.
No. He's retired now. We used to have so many problems with him.
Oh, him. The guy who sent off someone twice in the World Cup. You mean? Is it the
Baldhead?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, God, what's his name?
Called? Someone will name it on here.
This referee was the main guy. Yeah, I know him. I know he sent off someone, gave someone 3 yellow cards or something.
And he turned around and he said, "Yeah, you just can't send anybody off like that in that type of game." When Ramos, I mean, that was a red card because he was the last man.
Yeah.
That's you're then down to 10 men and you conceded a penalty. So United could potentially go and score another one and another one and another one because you're down to 10 men. I'm just thinking to yourself, but hold on a minute here. Didn't you give a penalty last season for what Rasmus did to was it Rodri or someone where he dragged him back? But then yesterday I was seeing what Haaland and Rasmus are doing to each other, and I'm thinking, well, how come that's not been brought up? How come that's not been called up? And the inconsistencies of referees at the minute is like, I don't know. I feel like they rely too much on VAR now to ref the game, and it's like the Liverpool game, for instance. Yeah, when that's Howard Webb. No, wait, Howard Webb. It's the other one. It's not Howard Webb. It's another one.
Gallagher, Graham Pole.
No, Thingy Riley.
I know who you mean. Bullheaded. Let me have a look. I know who you mean. I'm trying to remember who it is. It's not Dermot Gallagher. Here it is.
No, because he was ref watch on a Monday.
Yeah, he's one of the main guys in the FA as well, in the refereeing association right now. Best referees of all time: Bluesky, Perrota, Kersey. Let me have a look if I can find him.
He won't be one of the best referees of all time. Just put in.
He is actually. Howard Webb.
No, it's not Howard Webb. It's the other one.
All right, let me bring this up for you. 1 second. I want to show you this. We'll check. 1 second. I want to show you this. All right. So that guy. Can you see it?
Not Howard Webb. Not Howard Webb. No,
all right, let me bring this up. Actually, him? No, he's Italian. Him? Clattenburg?
No. Are you mad?
Paliuca? No. Was it Giovanni Colina? He's Italian.
No,
he's not actually in it.
It doesn't matter anyway. It'll come to me.
Matter.
I'm sure it's not David Ellery. Canal. He's well old. Thingy, right? What's he called? Is it something Riley?
Riley. He had hair though, didn't he? He had
No,
hair though, I think.
no, he's got
Dermot Gallagher.
no, it weren't Dermot Gallagher because Dermot Gallagher does ref watch. I can't remember who it's called. It will come. It will come. Hold on. Just wait there. Let me go on to Sky Sports News because it should be on there.
Mike
Hold
Dean.
on. Mike Dean, that's it. God, where did I get Riley from? What am
Jamie,
I
you got
thinking?
it. Jamie Cyrus has got it in the chat.
Nice one, brother. Well done. Yeah, him. He was saying you can't send somebody off in a game like that. What do you mean you can't send someone off in a
What do
game
you
like
mean?
that? It's a clear penalty. He didn't win the ball. He took the player out. Honestly, mate, that's why my voice is a bit croaky today because I was screaming at my TV today and my kids were looking at me like I was a mental patient.
I don't blame them because I was
Honestly.
the same yesterday. But I had to do it from here though. If you saw me on my stream yesterday, I was going.
I've seen it on YouTube Shorts. I've seen you. I've been watching YouTube Shorts from it. You were like me.
But you didn't see when they didn't give it a penalty though. I was fuming, mate. I was fuming. I was going to turn off the stream.
I would have honestly said, yeah, that was more of a penalty than the Dallo one.
It was. And what about do you think it was more of a penalty than the Ahmad one?
That's the one I'm on about.
Yeah, that's Ahmad, wasn't it? It was the Ahmad one.
Ahmad Dallo, yeah, it was more of a penalty than that one.
If it was Haaland, Brian says if it was Haaland, pen the other end, 100%.
Absolutely right. It's spot on as well. It would be, and this is the problem we're having. You know, someone tried making out that Fergie's not the greatest manager because he had refs and stuff like that and blah blah blah. But we never, if you actually look back on the 90s and 2000s with the refs, we didn't actually have any favours from them. In fact, they dug their heels in more against us than with us. Where with City, you know, we see it with Oliver a lot with him. I think he's refed. What was it? Is he something like over 100 games for Man City? And he's not sent a player. He's not sent one Man City player off.
Which referee was that? Michael Oliver?
Michael Oliver, yeah. Like when Kokovic went in the couple of seasons ago against that, was it Odegaard or someone, and it went down the back of his shit, and went down the back of his calf muscle, and he'd already been booked. Like that's a straight up red card. You can't be doing that. But again, I'll go back to this VAR thing, and I was flicking through the Arsenal Liverpool game on Saturday, and the Arsenal game and the Liverpool game when Robertson gets sent off. Again, everyone could see Harry Wilson was clearly onside, but again, they're relying too much on VAR again to try and you could see VAR was trying to get it so he wasn't going to get sent off. But he was clearly onside, and then they made it out like it was marginal. It wasn't marginal. You could tell by how they put the lines on and how they made the diagonal to make it look like that he'd only just was onside. If things like that have all got to stop, and I've said on this show before, we've got to get referees from around Europe that have got no affiliation with no clubs in this league to do VAR, because it's getting ridiculous, because they're all sort of, oh yeah, we'll do this today, and it will come out, Sal. It will come out. I promise you, it's gonna come out. That, I mean, you've only got to look at how Taylor was reffing the game yesterday. You could clearly see he didn't want to give that penalty, and he thought about it until he had his hand on his little headset, on his little P head, and then he went penalty. Because VAR said, mate, you've got no chance. That's a penalty. You've got no chance of getting away with that.
It's just too late.
Not after the one you. Because I'll tell you now, yeah, I'd love to hear what VAR said 2 minutes after that Rasmus tackle. They must have said, mate, you've mucked up there. That was a penalty. So he had no chance but to give that penalty against Ahmad. And it was a penalty before anyone goes on. It was a penalty. But what I'm saying is, you could tell he did. It was almost like sort of like 10 to 15 second. I don't know. It felt longer anyway, but you could see him. He was putting his head on his handset, and then all of a sudden he said, "Yeah, penalty." He didn't want to give that penalty. He really didn't.
Smoked,
and
wasn't it was like literally.
But the thing is, that P-head, all his family are Man City fans. So why the hell is this guy reffing a Manchester derby? This is what I don't get. The whole thing is just, and it will, like I say, it's going to come out that Oliver, Taylor, Cooks is just a crack in the armour, mate. I'm telling you now, Cooks is just a crack in the armour, yeah? Because it is going to, and it'll all come out that they all have made all bets with each other, blah, 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 and they've all said they're going to do this, almost like Triple H being backstage for WWE, telling people what they've got to do, telling the ref what they've got to do, telling commentators what they've got to say and stuff like that. That's what's going to come out. And that's how it feels like with VAR sometimes. Like, they're in control of everything. Every major decision, it's them that are in control. The referees never make a conscious decision on their own anymore. And it ruins the game. I've been watching, tell you what I've been watching, mate, because there's not been a lot of half-12 kickoffs, has there?
Not recently, no.
Right,
not
so this week, there were no half-12s, and that's to do with TV. TVs have got too much power over football fixtures now. That's a different story altogether. But I was watching it, and obviously, they've not got VAR, have they? And these referees are 10 times competent than what they are in the Premier League. And the linesmen's. Like, they're so much better. It's so much more enjoyable to watch. All right, the football's not as good, but it's so much more enjoyable because you're not waiting for that VAR decision. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the decision, boom, done. You've got to accept the ref's decision, and that's it. You know, and we all moaned we wanted VAR in. We moaned years and years and years, but I feel like it's been overused, and I feel like it's been used.
It can be manipulated, bro, as well, because
this is what I'm saying.
The angles that they use to try and, like, if you look at something from one angle, it doesn't look like an offside. If you look at it from that side, it looks like an offside.
Do you know what else I don't get? Do you know what else I don't get? How they haven't got, like, when they say, oh, we've only got this angle to go off and it looks offside, so we're going to have to draw the lines like this way, yeah? How have they not got different, in this day and age, how have they not got cameras all over stadiums in the Premier League to get the right angles? It baffles me, mate. Absolutely baffles me.
They want the corruption. They want it. They want the corruption.
I think it is. I think you're right. I think they just want the corruption, and they want to do what they do. And like I say, it will come out. It will. And when it comes out, that'll be it. It'll be like the P Diddy case.
Yeah, he's the one in VAR doing all the things, man, with the after parties and stuff.
But I want to say, yesterday, you touched on earlier about Harry Maguire. For me, I've got a sneaky feeling that this is what's going to happen. They're going to give him a new contract, right? But they'll only give him a new 12-month contract, so it's 18 months from January, yeah? But they said to him, yeah, stay till June, but let us put that 12 months on so we can sell you and get a bit of money for you. And he's gone, do you know what? Yeah, all right, that's fair enough. Because he has rode his luck a bit at United since he signed in 2019. He has. But I think that could be his goodbye gesture for Man United to just go, well, you know what? I'll sign this extra 12 months, but if you want to sell me, you can sell me. Because yesterday he was colossal. I think that's been one of his best games in many, many years. Many, many years. I mean, he was decent against Arsenal, but yesterday, you look at his stats yesterday, and oh my God, absolutely. It was like watching Prime Baresi in defence, man. It really was. He was a rock. Same with De Ligt. I thought De Ligt had a very good game. And I thought Martinez was back to his best yesterday, mate. Martinez was back to his best.
Yeah, what about that ball? It gets understated, that ball for Ahmad.
Oh, man. But we know he's got that in his locker. That's the thing. Yeah. We know he's got that in his locker. Listen, I said that maybe Martinez's time is up, and I've heard PSG and Real Madrid are after him. But if he puts them performances in and he does what he's been asked to do and he stays fit, you've got to keep him. It's a no-brainer. But he's got to keep that concentration level up all the time. And he's sometimes he's gone. Like the way he was going on to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne was, you didn't even know De Bruyne was on the pitch. And same with that lesbian as well on the other side. Don't show this his mum, she'll come start a fight with me.
Was it De Bruyne and Doku.
Oh, what about Foden?
Oh yeah, he's middle centre, isn't it?
No,
He's
I
centre.
thought
I was thinking there's a few of them.
yeah, but he was drifting more on the left, weren't he, than what he was, and Doco was going down there as well, and then that Nunes guy, that midfielder who played left back, I knew as soon as I saw him at left back, I'm like, he's the guy that's going to win us the game today. When I saw it, because I'd not seen the City team until it come up on my TV, and I just looked and I thought, you're the guy that's going to win us the game today. And he conceded the penalty, and I was like, should have put a bet on it, but I don't bet, so. But yeah, I mean, again, Ugarte, unbelievable. And I thought Rasmus, first off, he was a bit quiet, but he was still giving it to the defenders. He was still being a nuisance. Second off, he was an animal again. And people, oh, well, he doesn't score enough in this. Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, but the thing is, who would you rather have? A striker that's a nuisance and can link up play, or a guy that did absolutely nothing for the blue side yesterday? They even touched on it yesterday. He made, I can't remember if it was like 60 or 70 minutes into the game, he made 4 touches all game.
Bloody hell. Yeah, but
4
you know what?
touches.
One thing, people want to downplay the win yesterday. People want to think, say that it's because of Man City. Man City didn't play well and stuff. People got to understand that, we're learning on the job. There was like, Man United, they're practicing drills.
So this
the game.
This annoys me, bro. This annoys me. Like this annoys me.
Practicing the tactics before the game.
Yeah,
because they're
but this annoys me, right? But people got to understand this. City knew United's team 24 hours before because somebody's been leaking it, right? And people knew that Garnacho and Rashford weren't going to be there 24 hours before, right? Everyone found that out, yeah? So Pep had the advantage. Realistically, he did. We didn't know he wouldn't have known City's team until 2 hours before, yeah? So then he's got to do all this reshuffling and blah, blah, blah. Because there was probably a few in there that he probably didn't know if they were going to be in or not. Not about Ruben, by the way. So he's then, right, this, and this. And he did it so perfectly yesterday. Every time the lick would come out on to Doku, Maserati onto Doku and onto Nunes, and honestly, the way he did everything and the way he set United up was absolutely unbelievable. People saying, "Oh yeah, but Man City are on a bad run and all this." Yeah, how long has Pep been at City? Since 2016.
A decade now, Yeah,
right?
I think 17, I think.
2016-17 season it was.
Yeah.
Right, it was the year we won the Europa and we got Zlatan in. Right, that's when. Right, so he knows how his team sets up. Ruben's been here since when? November the 11th.
4 weeks.
November the 11th. 4 weeks, and again out tactically mastered Pep again. So I don't know what all this narrative is about. Oh, but City on a bad run. So what? City
and what happened?
What happened?
Mason Mount gets injured. He had to reshuffle again.
Exactly. He had to then reshuffle again and put Bruno up there and put Kobe Mainoo in there, who's not played a lot of football this season. Yeah. So all this narrative and all this bullcrap about, oh well, City this and this. Yeah. City are Premier League champions. I don't care what anyone said. Just because they haven't got one player, it doesn't make them a bad team. This is all down to what is going on outside of football with the Chargers. I've also heard rumours. Sorry, not been told. I've also heard rumours that there's players at City that are not happy with Pep and the way Pep has been behaving. He's been quite erratic. Yeah, they didn't really want him signing that new contract, right? And so it all builds up. So maybe it's down to Pep Guardiola. Maybe it's down to the fact that they just don't want to play for him, or maybe it's down to the fact that they've all accepted the fate and they've been told that, yeah, we're looking at relegation. So maybe you should all go find a club in the summer.
Do you think that maybe Pep's losing his marbles a little bit? I mean, even when they scored the first goal, he was doing this business
Pep waved at the camera. That's when I was like, yeah, you definitely lost your marbles waving at the camera like that. I thought that looks like a paedophile waving at a load of people, a load of kids on a bus. It really did. That's what it looked like. I think even in his, yeah, man, it was creepy. His press conference when he come out with all that crap, almost like to get people to feel sorry for him that he's in this position. Like what people got to understand is since 2008, Pep has had super team after super team after super team, right? Pep has had financial backing after financial backing after financial backing, yeah. No one should feel sorry for this guy. Absolutely no one. Does anyone feel sorry for us with the slump we've been in 11 years? No, they don't. They couldn't care less of what's happened to us. So why should we? At the end of the day, it's karma. City are getting what they deserve for the years and years of cheating.
Exactly. Guys, fan, Samuel Lakos leaked the team 24 hours ago. It was rumored that Garnacho is the snitch because his brother owns. Look, one thing I would say, I don't know if who is the snitch. And I'm not going to lie and sit here that I know that the snitch is. One thing I'll say that this kind of leaks have been happening for 10 years. They haven't just started. These things have been going on for a long time. You know, perhaps maybe that Rashford and Garnacho didn't play well the last game and they just left out of the squad. Maybe it's just that. Maybe. You know, people put 2 and 2 together and say, you know what I mean, get their answer and say that, oh, you know what, he leaked the team and blah, blah, blah. You know, because obviously it fits a narrative to some people that, you know, Garnacho is one of the most over-hated players in the fan base for whatever reason it is. So they're going to use any stick to beat him with. Until it's confirmed who leaked it, I'm not going to say anything.
You know what? Right. The thing is, did Garnacho actually put anything on Instagram or out about the game yesterday?
No.
Who else did?
Who did? I ain't been on social media, to be honest.
Rashford did.
Rashford
did. Yeah,
sometimes, didn't it? But he weren't quick when Eric Ten Hag.
But again, it's like, did you see the James Ducker piece yesterday about Marcus Rashford saying that he acts like a 10-year-old child or an 8-year-old child, like, or 18 or whatever it was? He still acts like a child. He still won't take in advice and stuff like that. Like, thinking to myself and thinking, okay, then now let's do Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is a known pisshead, and that's why Pep keeps keeping him out of the team.
This was a few hours before the game, right? I posted up that video, right? And this was a few hours before the game. Look who looked at the video.
Garnacho. What did you say?
Just talking about how people should lay off him, support him. He's young. He's gonna, you know, he's learning. Just as fans, we should show support to our young players because that's what we've done in our history. We've always looked after young players in our.
We'll know by January, because obviously I've seen today that United are willing to sell Marcus Rashford in January to raise funds for obviously buying other players in. Now, I wouldn't actually be totally against that because you then freeing up 300 grand a week, and PSG will literally come in for 60 million. Even if it's 60 million, 65 million, you snap the hand off, mate. You really do. And you go, yeah, okay, because he gets your wages off the books, all that crap. He gets all the drama out, and then you go, you start again. All respect to you, you know, for what you've done over seasons and bits and bobs. You've been fantastic, but time is now at 27 where we move him on, we get some money for him, and we can buy 2 or 3 players with that money in January, Sal, which you lose 1 but gain 3. Do you see where I'm coming from? Well, we lose 1 but gain 2 because obviously the one that you bring in is the one replacing Rashford, and then so forth and so on. So maybe that's what we've got to do. Sometimes you've just got to sacrifice players to bring in better players that are going to work better for your manager. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like, people might...
sorry, let me just say, like I said before at South, Amorim's style of play is 3-2-4-1, the most flexible system if you have the right players. But Amorim simplifies it further, hence his reshuffling is easy. It's a 3-4-2-1, isn't it? More or less, but similar, the same sort of thing, of course, guys. Yeah, it is similar to that. Yeah, it does become a 4. But I mean, obviously, that and Man City tried to play that formation yesterday and flopped. The same thing they tried to do yesterday, of course. But it is a 3-4-2-1, more or less. So basically, the two wingers plays a wing back or 2 attackers, but they have to trap.
I mean, I've also noticed that a lot of other teams have started playing with this formation as well. You know,
they're going to start copying. It's, you know, that's what they're going to do. And I think that Man City have copied it yesterday. Tried. They tried to copy the formation because they played exactly the same. When did they ever play 3 at the back?
Never.
They never play 3 at the back. They played 3 at the
Not
back
for
yesterday.
But like Spurs on Thursday, we've got Spurs on Thursday, and I'm quite comfortable we'll beat them. All right, they've hammered a lowly, crappy Southampton side yesterday, but Southampton really are shite. They really are not a good football team. They just Russell Martin. No disrespect to the guy, but he's not a Premier League manager. He's just not. He should be. He should be like modelling for Christmas adverts.
Now's the time if he's going to do it. He might as well get sacked right now. You know what I mean?
But see, Gary O'Neill's been sacked as well. But see, I was flicking through that game as well, and guess who was at that game?
What?
And they made out. No, Wolves Ipswich, and he made out he was seeing McKenna. Yeah.
Do you think he's going to take the job?
Well, according to the football expert Clinton Morris, oh no, you've got to have David Moyes. You've got to have David Moyes. Moyes will save you. But Wolves aren't West Ham. Wolves haven't got a lot of money, yeah, and all you're going to solve they played. Well, the thing is, under Gary O'Neill, they did play some good football, and I think with Ollie, they will play good football. But what will happen with Wolves if David Moyes comes in? They'll regress because West Ham weren't overly happy with how they played football under David Moyes. They really weren't. But I know he got into, was it the highest position in the Premier League or something? And then he went and won the Conference League with them. But they weren't overly impressed with his football. It was too negative for him. I mean, they're eating the words now because where are they in the league now?
Bottom 3, you know.
But the thing with Moyes is yeah, all right, he's a survival manager. But if you're going to get a survival manager in, it's going to be like, you may as well bring Sam Allardyce in.
Solskjaer's the right choice for them. Trust me.
I think he is.
He's the king of bounce. He will get you a new manager bounce.
I would probably say Moyes is more perfect for Southampton.
Yeah. Let me just be through some of these. George Best all day. Good day, all. Good to see you, George Best 007. Of course, big up, George Best. Garnacho didn't post anything after the City game. Why not? Probably very distraught that he's been left out of the squad, of course. Not happy, probably, most likely. But obviously, you still have to congratulate your teammates in it. Hello, Earth, and big up, George Best. I think the presence of Amorim in the Premier League upsets Pep, and he is not comfortable either. I mean, by the looks of things, Pep is losing his mind. He keeps doing this silly little spit on the floor, which is making me sick every time I see it. He goes like this, and he gets a gob of spit, and he goes, and you can see it go like that, and I'm like, that's disgusting, man. He might as well yucking low. You know what I mean? He's starting to turn into him. Do you know what I mean? Like that disgusting sort of character. Do you know what I mean? But
puts his hand down his pants and sniffs it.
Huh?
Puts his hands down his pants and sniffs it.
And sniffs it, yeah.
Don't lie, you do that every night.
Bruv, who doesn't, man? Please, come on. Come on, bruv. Stop this nonsense. People like they walk around like, oh, look, I don't touch my. No. I'm so clean. I'm so clean. I'm so fresh, so clean. And oh, come on, man. No, but I wouldn't do it in public. No, absolutely not. And definitely don't sniff it.
No,
definitely not.
Yeah. So Tottenham. I mean, do you think Tottenham will play a full strength side, or do you think he won't? Because
they'll play a full strength side. I think they'll, that they're going to try and upset us. It's going to add brownie points onto Postecoglou, isn't it? It's going to make him look good, shining. He's going to look all nice and sparkly, beating Ruben Amorim. He's going to try, isn't it? But it'd be great if Man United can go to the Tottenham London Stadium and just Tottenham Hotspur.
Listen, there's no reason we can't beat Spurs, because at the end of the day, like, Spurs beat us at home, yeah. But let's be brutally honest here. We was in a low place at that time, and for me, I think that's when he should have got. After that game, he should have gone. Should have bought Ruben in earlier, but they didn't. It is what it is. We are where we are now, and you can see that yesterday. you can see patterns of what he's actually implementing in the style and how he wants to play. You could clearly see, and the commentator touched on it. Dare I say, United look a bit more polished now. They look like they're getting polished. They look like they're starting to become a team instead of a team of individuals.
And that is what it is, isn't it? That's what Man United have always been.
Unfortunately, we was a team of for a long, long time, mate. We was a team of individuals, and now he's changing it all. And you can't be a team of individuals if you want to win top honours. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you need the best team always wins. A team always wins. Look, be honest, Ben. You know what? During the Alex Ferguson period, when we were winning things, look, let's be honest. We didn't have always the best individual players, but we had the best team. And that was the thing.
Exactly. You've only got to look at 10-11 season when we won the league, 12-13 season when we won the league. We didn't have the best squads.
12-13, we were awful, mate. We were playing we were winning by one goal.
We had a team that wanted to play together and win. Yeah. That's the difference. Like this City team now, they're all playing for themselves. You can clearly see they're all playing for themselves. Like, and they've sort of like swayed off what they were all about and how, because we've got, they are cheaters and we all know, but that's not down to the players, by the way. This is down to the people that own them and to the management and even Pep to an extent, because you do not tell me Pep doesn't know what's been going on behind the scenes at City, right? But these players come in and they play as a team and they used to rip teams apart. You know, sometimes they'd be 3-4-0 up after 25 minutes. But now, you look at it and you think, where's the win going to come from with them? They've got Villa at 12:30 on Saturday away.
I think there's been a bust up in the dressing room.
But to be fair, Forest beat Villa on Saturday night.
Forest, I mean, come on. Brilliant. Contender for manager of the season for me. That guy.
Brent must be happy.
Yeah, big up Nottingham Forest though. Ben, thank you, bruv, for joining me, man. It's been a pleasure as usual. Big up, Ben, and always got the gospel of football. It's always good to have a proper conversation with a proper Man United fan. Do you know what I mean? Not all those fabricated things and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And
no, we don't want to be doing that.
Big up, Ben.
I don't make things up.
Huh?
Easy, if you want me on Friday for the Tottenham game, same time, I'll be more than happy to do that for you.
Whenever you want, man. Whenever you want to come on, just give me.
I don't want your viewers to like think, oh, he's always on. I want them to just see what I mean, a bit spaced out.
You got good feedback, man. They like you in the chat, man. You got good feedback.
Oh, thank you. Right, everyone, enjoy your day. Have a good day.
Take it easy, Ben. Nice, brother.
See you later, brother. See you soon, mate.
Bye. Speak to you soon, man.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
That was my guy. That was Benji. What's going on? Ben, of course, guys. One of my good friends, guys. Very, very connected. Very, very knowledgeable guy in regards in and around Manchester United. So show Ben some love, guys. Really important that we have great, good football people on our show. And he's going to be one of the regulars on my show because you know what? He always talks the gospel and he always he knows his stuff against Man United. Let's go through some of these comments. Too long United was a team of individuals relying on a wow moment. Absolutely, Irfan, I agree. We were relying on too much individualism. We were not a team. And slowly but surely, we're starting to get into a team now. We're starting to mold into a team. Do you know what I mean? Slowly but surely. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to Man United and Ruben Amorim settle down with the first 11. And we've been training with each other for months because you know what? It was just a taster, of course. Great show. Big up, Randy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Guys, you know what? It is Chatterbox. We do talk a lot, you know what I mean, on this show. But you know what? It isn't nothing about the community. And I want to thank every single one of you who come on this show every single day and on Breaking Dawn every single day. Let's keep it moving. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys. And we keep it moving. Hopefully, as we go through these months and we delve into the unknown, Man United will start winning football matches and we'll move swiftly up that table. And by this time next season, hopefully we are in a title charge again. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be brilliant? A title charge again, guys. Absolutely. Go well, guys. And big up Sal. Big up Fan, you legend. Absolutely. Sal, I will be critical of both you and Amorim. Sal, I will be critical of both you and Amorim. Lumen, you're in the sin bin once. Do you want to be in the sin bin again? At the end of the day, what are you critical of? Critical of what? Big up, of course. I don't like you, Bench. But why do you say that, Fan? Enjoy the show and some popcorn. Big up, Randy. It was a great show, guys. Absolutely enjoyed it. You know what? At the end of the day, look, Man United had a fantastic win yesterday, and I'm seeing a lot of people being a little bit pessimistic about it. And you know one thing about me, maybe sometimes I'm a little bit overzealous in regards to winning football matches. That's how I am. I'm a Man United fan through and through, and I want us to win. And you know what? I've seen a lot under this football club, of course, guys. But you know what, guys? You guys keep me going. We're going to be in this together for the long haul, guys. And you know what? One day we will be on this stream and we're lifting that Premier League title again, guys. Our Premier League title. We'll be lifting that again one day. Don't you worry about that. And that Champions League, the big ears trophy, which is the Champions League trophy. We'll be lifting that again, guys. You watch. It will happen, guys. It will happen very, very soon, of course, guys. So, in case an overlove of Garnacho, there's no overlove, Lumen, in regards to me. I'm a Manchester United FC. I'm Man United FC for 40 years before Garnacho was born, Lumen. I'm all about Man United, and I support Manchester United, not Garnacho FC, not Dalot FC, not Rashford FC, not Martial FC, not Manager FC. I'm Manchester United FC. That's what I am at the moment. There's no overlove here. But one thing we do at Man United, we do not jump down the throats with people who think they're in the know about what's going on behind the scenes, because they're not in the know. None of them are in the know. None of them know what's going on with Man United at the moment. Behind the scenes, they're just talking. And the one thing we don't do is we speculate. And that is the only thing I try to take away from this show, which is speculation in regards to sinister speculation on regards to some of these players, especially a player who's 20 years old. We don't do that at Man United, my friend. Dalot must be looked at. Dalot, yeah. Dalot, you know what? Fair play to Dalot. He played left wing back yesterday. It's not his favorite position, of course, guys. But guys, thank you everyone for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn early in the morning. Take it easy. Have a fabulous night, guys. Thank you everyone who's joined me tonight. You absolute diamonds. Much love to you all. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a fabulous evening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video if you could do that. Any pointers, any advice, let me know. I'll bring it into the show, guys. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. If anything breaks, I'll be here, though. I will be here live for you on Sal Reacts. But you know what? Have a great night, guys. Take it easy. Peace.